Hey guys, Portia here, and today I'll be using Hot Fix rhinestones to create a Barbie themed t-shirt. This is going to be a super easy, straightforward design, nothing too complicated, y'all. And I have my 1990 holiday Barbie here. She holds such memories for me. Normally she sits on the shelf, but because we are making a Barbie themed t-shirt, I figured I'd bring her down and she'd help us through the process. Let's go ahead and get started. We are starting our project in Cricut Design Space. This is the image we're going to be using. Like I mentioned earlier, straightforward, real simple, nothing too complicated. I did purchase the image from a designer in Etsy. I am going to link that along with all of the supplies needed to complete this project in the description. Now, first things first, when you upload the image, and this is an SVG, you want to pay attention to the size that the manufacturer is saying that the image ought to be. In our case, it needs to be, let's see, 8.009 by 3.935. Now, the reason for correct sizing is that the Cricut Maker is going to cut each one of these circles to accommodate the size stones that we are using. And today it's going to be size 10SS. So guys, make sure you pay attention to that. Moving on, we're going to go to Make It. And we do not have to mirror because once again, this is a template, so we need it to face us. We're going to hit continue. Now, rhinestone flock is a special material. And the only reason I'm calling it special is because it is not pre-installed in our list here. So you do see right here, I have rhinestone template because I went on ahead and added it to the list. And I want to show you guys exactly how I did that. We are able to go to browse all materials. And when you do that, you can like check for yourself, but it ain't there, y'all, at least not as of the making of this video. But we can go to materials. And a pretty long list does pop up, and you are able to actually edit the things that are pre-installed if you need to. But for our demonstration today, we're going to scroll to the bottom and we are going to say add new material. And I'm going to keep it simple, y'all. I'm just going to call it flock. And we're going to say save. And now we are brought to the F section since we named it flock. And over here, we're actually able to adjust the pressure. Now, rhinestone flock is pretty thick, so we need a lot more pressure. So we are going to scroll on down to 340. And I would encourage you guys to test out the cut settings for yourself before you go and waste material, because you're gonna be mad. So might as well test a couple of times, figure out what works for you, and then you'll be much happier. So we're gonna hit save. And now flock is actually in our settings here. So you see I kind of did that before for demonstrations, but you guys get the point. Now I am going to go ahead and get out of this because we don't need this anymore. So once again, I'm going to select rhinestone template. And one thing I always do is I say more. I like to add more pressure when I cut because this is a thicker material. I'm going to go ahead and cut off camera, and then when we come back, we will check out our template together. All right, guys, it may not look like it, but we are actually all cut out. Now, one of the things about the flock is you have to definitely go through the motions of figuring out which cut works for you. So I do like to crack the little circles a little bit on this particular brand of flock. It just kind of helps to loosen them up. And so once I do that, I am going to go ahead and peel it off. And I'm going to use a cutting board here to place the flock down. And what this does is it allows me to release the, I guess the little circles, because this is the template. So of course, what we want is the circles, not necessarily the whole thing. So it definitely did cut, but this particular flock is super sticky, so it just doesn't want to release the little circles. So guys, I wanted to show you this piece and not skip over it since this is a beginner tutorial. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all our little circles here. And sometimes I like to even slap it on there and snatch it off. But I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the circles, and then when we come back, we will be ready to put our stones inside the template. We are all cut out. Now I will share with you guys, the last time I used my particular setting with flock, I used Pink Rocket flock. I'll put the link in the description to that one as well. And on that setting, that particular flock cut beautifully, and I did not have to remove as many dots by hand. So I will encourage you to figure out what works best for you. Now also, I did put some construction paper on the back because it makes it easy to store. I like to store my templates in a folder. Now I've placed down a plastic cutting board here, and we are gonna go ahead and pick out our stones. So I keep my stones in this little cute little thingy here. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with black or pink, but because my holiday Barbie has on a vibrant pink dress, let's go ahead and rock the pink today. Keep it classic, and all we're gonna do is pour our 10SS stones right there and anywhere you like, and we're going to begin to slowly brush them. Now this is a rhinestone brush, originally used for painting, but we use it to place our rhinestones, and we are just going to kind of brush delicately. We don't have to press hard to fill in our template here. And as you brush, the stones kind of roll over one another, and the ones that are upside down, it flips itself right side up. Now that looks pretty good. You do want to make sure you don't have any stones stacked where they should not be. Now I see one right there in my A, so you always want to do a little bit of a once over rather, before you move on to the next step, just to make sure you don't have any extra stones. All right, I think all of our holes are filled. This one flipped over, put that one back. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get our extra stones out of the way. And I accidentally flipped this one over. Okay, so guys, the next step is we are going to use our Hot Fix rhinestone heat transfer film to transfer our stones to our t-shirt. Now, what I like to do is kind of fold this like this, place it, oh god, this is always nerve-wracking, y'all, but hey, it's a part of the process. I place it right in the middle. Let's go here. Place it in the middle. Go ahead and smooth it out. Now I did lay the tape a little crooked, but you know what? That is okay. It missed a little bit of that, but it got enough of that particular stone, whereas it'll pick it up. I'm just gonna brush it down, make sure that my stones are sticking well so that we don't mess up our little pattern here. All right guys, so next step, let's go ahead and move on to our heat press. I have already pressed a center line down the t-shirt, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this, I guess, ruler here to make sure that I line my image up correctly, or my template, whichever you want to call it. So let me go ahead and get that carefully placed. So that looks pretty good. I am going to go ahead and place a piece of parchment paper there. And for our first press, we are going to go in at 325, and that's going to be for 15 seconds. All right. Now this is a cool peel, so we're going to let this sit for a second and cool on off. We are cool to the touch. I'm going to go ahead and peel off our sheet here. We are looking good, guys. I can't wait to show you the finished result. But we're going to go in for one more press just to ensure that our stones adhere the way they ought to. So I'm going to place my parchment paper down one more time. And this time we're going to still go in at 325, but it's going to only be for 5 seconds. All right, let's check it out over at the work table. I am all done, and I am loving the bling and the gloss on this one. I was a little bit like, should I have done this on black? But guess what? We got a template, so if I choose to do it on black, I can. Guys, this is all I have for you today. I just want to share with you all how easy it is to make your own blingy tee. If you have any questions, concerns, emotional outbursts, let me know. If you found this video helpful or just plain old entertaining, could you give it a thumbs up? But guys, as always, until next time, peace.